Infusing music, connecting people, making a difference. This is Jazz in the Spirit with Richard DeBrew Jr. All right. Mhm. Oops. There we go. Hello, everybody. It's good to see you all again. This is Richard DeBrew Jr., and we are right here with, I can't believe this is episode 14 of the Jazz in the Spirit show. I'm so excited about that. And I got some stuff I want to share with y'all. It's kind of exciting. I voted for the very first time as a member of SAGMA, the academy that votes for the Stellar Awards, and I actually got the chance to listen to some awesome music this year, and and actually cast a vote. That was really cool. So I just want to commend all the folks and congratulate them who were able to make it on the ballot. That is no easy feat. Congratulations to all of them. And we wish you all the best as you go forth in your ministries. Also want to let you know about, or continue to let you know about powerof1radio.com. They have an app now. The organization is called Spirit of Excellence, and they have been playing my music too, which is awesome. So check out powerof1radio.com, and you can get their little app on your phone. It's got my picture on it. Hey, I'm really excited about that too. So thank you for doing that, Spirit of Excellence, folks. And last but not least, um, Brother Randy Johnson at Rejoice Richmond 101.3 here in Richmond has started playing my song, Celebrate. I don't know if y'all remember when I put it out for my birthday earlier, that one. But go check it out. He started playing it today on the radio, so on Rejoice Richmond. So, Brother Randy, thank you so much. Really appreciate you. And folks, support those who support you. Really, it makes a big, big difference. And speaking of which, we also have an announcement from Brother Terrence Richburg, who you may remember was my special guest back when we first started this in January. So I want to let you know about this. I'm putting up here so you can see it. Brother Terrence is going to be playing this program called hold on, let me get this thing out of the way so you can see it. Yeah. So it's called The Seven Last Words According to Jazz, which is such a cool title. You've heard The Seven Last Words lots of other times. Um, and he's going to be, of course, featured doing his thing, but there will be, six other people, and it's local. It's in Maryland this coming Friday for Good Friday at 7:30 p.m. at Beth Shalom AME Zion Church. And Reverend Dr. Darrell Gaskin is the pastor, 8100 Malcolm Road in Clinton, Maryland. Clinton, Maryland, 20735. So this is going to be up there. So those of you that are in Maryland, definitely go check him out. You all know he's a wonderful musician. And we want to support Brother Terrence. And I thank him for sharing that with me. So definitely go and check him out. And those seven last words, you know what I'm saying? That's a really unique concept for doing that. So then also want to let y'all know about this this month is Jazz Appreciation Month, the month of April. And that's a tradition that was started in the US by the Smithsonian National Museum of American History back in 2001. And it has been going strong ever since. So having said that, this month we're going to be spotlighting a wonderful musician who is very well versed in the language of jazz and gospel jazz. This is my fellow Berklee College of Music schoolmate and a fellow sax man. I mean, I primarily play alto, but his things are primarily tenor and soprano, and he does an awesome job. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to my friend, Mr. Melvin Smith. And I want y'all to give him some love. We're going to put him up here on the screen. There he is. We're going to bring him into the Instagram too. Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Let's
hey.
see here. Let's make sure we got you. All right. We didn't. There he is. All
All
right.
righty.
Sweet. So Mel, it's good to see you, dude. Say hi to everybody. Yeah. Okay.
Can you hear
Gotcha.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Mhm.
great. Good to be with everyone.
Mhm. Awesome. Awesome. So, um, so uh basically we wanted you to I guess start off, just tell everybody a little bit about your musical journey, how you came to fuse gospel and jazz, and just start with that.
All righty. Well, growing up, I became a saxophonist at the age of, I guess it was 13. I started playing clarinet first. And I wanted to play saxophone, but in my junior high school, there were so many people that wanted to play saxophone. My teacher made a deal with me that if I played clarinet for a year, I could transition to saxophone. I didn't know that she was going to leave the school. She was just there for the teacher that was on maternity leave, but she still honored my request. And so then I became a saxophonist after a year playing clarinet. And then by the end of that year, that particular jazz group at the school toured Europe and went to the Montreux Jazz Festival. So I
Mhm.
did a lot of practicing, and then so from
Oh,
that,
that's right.
I had the jazz bug, so it was just like, oh, I learned the clarinet and I learned the saxophone, and then it was jazz. And being able to tour, of course, before that you had to do a lot of practice, and then we were doing fundraisers, so there were times where we were doing like 3 gigs in a day. So it was crazy. So from there, I just had a love for jazz, and then some of my favorite artists in the beginning, of course, John Coltrane, Dexter Gordon, and Branford Marsalis. I guess that
Mhm.
would be my top three back then, when I first started,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah, man, that is an awesome story. And I was gonna ask if we could share some of your music too, so people can get an idea of what that sounds like. You know what I'm saying? And so tell them a little bit about this song here that you. Mhm. Let's
Well,
see
I
here.
have several songs off my new EP. I have a project called the Blessed EP, and
Mhm.
Fred Hammond is one of my biggest influences on the gospel side. So I knew that one day I would perform or do this song. So I have a good friend, a mutual friend, a classmate of ours, Mr. Tyrone Chase. I came to him and I said, "Hey, man, I want to do this song. We're blessed by Fred Hammond. I've always wanted to do it." I said, but he's a DC native. I said, but I want to do it in go-go style. And there were only a couple people I know that I would want to ask that were, authorities on go-go. So he was one. So he made sure the grooves were correct, and true to the history of go-go. So that I just wanted this to be a feel-good tune, because when you go into church, if someone goes into church and they hear "we're blessed," they
Mhm.
if they're not moving, they have to move. That's one of
It's
those.
about to
That's
be
one of
on.
those. Yeah. So I just wanted to continue that feeling. So this is "We're
Mhm.
Blessed," and I just enjoy it.
Cool. All right, here we go. Let's see here. I know. Just right when it's getting good. But so we want y'all to get the record too.
That's right. Exactly. Exactly.
So, but yeah, but dude, that is really awesome. I was
Thank you.
vibing to it right away, and
Thank
I'm
you.
sure
Thank you.
everybody else is too. So you getting some airplay on this one.
Yes, yes, yes. I've been very fortunate with that. And God has been good. So it's one of the favorites of the EP.
Cool, man. We
Yeah.
definitely wish you the best on that. Because the funny thing is that you never know who's listening. And this music has a way of bringing different people together. Some of the folks that, you would never see, that would never set foot in a church, and some folks that spend all their time there.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just want you to see if you could just tell us a little bit about how, in your experience, because you played in a lot of different settings, how your music has, kind of reached different kinds of people and kind of brought them together under your kind of umbrella.
Well, it's been a great thing because playing in different circumstances and different situations, you start seeing some of the same people. So, and
Mm,
then talking with some people from the church when they say, I love jazz, and they won't necessarily mention a gospel artist at all or gospel jazz artist. They're like, I love jazz. I love George Benson, and
mhm.
they're in the church, but they love George Benson, which is all good. And so I've met a lot of people in different venues and different situations that I've played, whether it's a church thing or whether it's a straight ahead traditional jazz, and I've seen them in both events. And
Mhm,
and that just tells me that the power of music is strong and it can break many different barriers down,
mhm,
where and I've been fortunate where I've had support from people that are in both arenas, the gospel jazz arena and the traditional jazz arena, as well as some funk. I'm in one band in Jacksonville called Noteworthy Live Band. I see they checked in on Instagram, and we do
Cool.
a different brand of music, which is a mixture of jazz and R&B and funk. So being able to do all of those music, it brings people together because if you have good music, it's going to have a common thread where people can hear and
Mhm.
listen and respect.
Yeah, definitely. So, one of the things I was thinking about as you were speaking was that, this is the month of April, and it's jazz, you know, um, what do you call it? Just Jazz Appreciation Month.
Appreciation Month,
But
yes.
you have a unique ability to not only do what they call the smooth side of things, but you've
Right.
got a very strong straight ahead sound too. And of course, if you're going to go to Berkeley and play the saxophone, you, you got some decisions to make.
Yeah, exactly,
You either
exactly.
going to or you ain't going to, but it's not
Right.
going to be no. You
Yeah,
already know.
yeah.
Andy McGee and Bill Pierce and those
Oh,
jokers,
yeah.
they're gonna put it on you.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
yeah, so I was looking to see, I'm trying to see if I can find it. There was a version of, "You Are the Living Word" that I wanted to let folks hear that you did, that it had, like, a real kinda straight ahead kinda feel, even though it's another Fred Hammond song,
Yeah,
but, uh, it had that sound. I was like, "Ooh, this is really cool."
yeah.
So let me just see. Imma see if I can pull it up here. But,
Okay.
while I'm doing that, we were talking the other day about, um, originality, and I
Mhm.
want you to say a little bit about what where you came to that from.
Well, yeah, I think it was, Dr. Percy Batty that had, made a post on Facebook
Mhm,
where he was, just a little concerned about gospel music,
mhm,
beginning to lack originality.
mhm,
And one thing that we have to realize in music, and especially in gospel jazz, is that music has to be personal.
mhm,
So if we're copying somebody, it's not really original. And one of the things in a book TD Jakes wrote many years ago, Naked and Not Ashamed,
Mm.
he talks about being the best that he can be. So you want to be the best. I want to be the best Melvin Smith. I don't want to be the best TD Jakes. You want to be the best Richard DeBrew, because God has given all of us specific gifts. So we have to work within our vein. If we're trying to work in someone else's vein, it's not going to work out. So originality must be key. And just a short note, when I did this, the song "You Are the Living Word," it was 2010. I released it, and at that time, jazz was changing. You know, Robert Glasper had taken a good a
Oh
foothold,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
had
He's
started
trying to change the game,
mixing. Right,
huh?
he started mixing not just the straight ahead thing, but the other stuff he was doing with mixed meters. And so it was just that time that it was time to change. So when I did this arrangement, it was a lot of influences I was listening to at the time, and it came out in this record. And this is one of my biggest listens. A lot of people like this particular version of the song I did.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah,
I'm almost there. I'm just waiting for the little ads to get out of the way because I'm
I hear
not
you.
trying
Yeah,
to advertise nothing for nobody
right.
but you. Uh-huh. That's great. So let me see here. It's almost there. Uh, uh, uh. There we go. All right. So, all right. So y'all check this out. This is Mel's version of "You Are the Living Word," and from the first time I heard it, I was like, "Oh, that is so sweet." All right, here we go. Brother man is killing that piano.
Sharp Radway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to go from there to,
Yeah.
man, that was brilliant. Can y'all hear that? That's an upright bass there. Yeah.
So, so just a
That is
word,
beautiful. Go ahead.
to those people listening. If you go by my website, you'll have to find it. I think it might be somewhere along the EP, the Jazz EPK.
Mhm.
You'll actually hear a organ trio version of this I did live at the Jacksonville Jazz
Oh,
Festival, and
that's what's up.
you can compare it and contrast it. It'll be on for maybe another week or so, and then I'm going to take
Mhm,
it down. But you will be able to stream it. And I
mhm,
had a very excellent group for that jazz festival. Mr. Jeremy Warren on drums and Mr. Greg Lewis on organ.
mhm,
The guys on the original recording, Sharp Radway was on piano, Corcoran Holt on bass, and Sam Knight on drums. And they're really
mhm,
great musicians.
mhm.
And I
Oh, you can
really
hear it.
thank them, you know.
Yeah. Well, dude, one of the things that why I wanted to let the sax solo play especially is I wanted y'all to hear how this is a person who is versed in the vernacular of the jazz tradition. I remember and I use that word carefully because Max Roach, one of my great mentors, he hated the word jazz, and don't
Yeah.
ever use the word jazz around. Oh,
Yeah.
he'd give you a tongue lashing about that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because I didn't tell you guys you can't, but but like he would say, as I used to say, Mr. Roach, what should you say? He was like, say the music of Charlie Parker and Duke Ellington and John Coltrane, like
Yeah.
so what, but you can hear the vernacular of those musicians in his solo. But I
Yeah.
want you to hear also how the phrasing is like a singing phrasing.
Yeah.
So that's not, he made it sound easy, but you have to actually be well versed in both the gospel singing tradition and the jazz vernacular in order to
Yeah.
execute a solo like that. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to give you all a little bit of what kind of stuff is behind it. And Mel, dude, I mean, it was beautiful. Your tone was
Thank
just
you. I
butter, baby.
appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
So yeah,
it.
so we're getting ready to go, believe it or not. 30 minutes goes by real fast.
Real quick, right?
But I wanted people to know how to find you, let them know, whatever it is and also tell them about that thing you got going on.
Yes, yes, yes. So
Mhm.
melvinsmithsax.com
Mm,
is where you can get any information from me. www.melvinsmithsax.com. And
mhm.
anybody that's in the Jacksonville, Florida area, Hastings, Florida, on Friday, I'll be doing a Zusa conference. So
Hey.
I'll be there at 7:30. It's on the information is on my website. And yeah, so I'll be doing that on Friday, and then I have a few other things you can check out on my calendar. I'll add things weekly. So
Mhm,
I really appreciate you just coming by the website and checking a lot of
mhm,
stuff out. And that you are the living word. Check
mhm.
out the EPK section. I have an organ trio version. It's different than anything, any other version of you are the living word for sure.
Sweet. Dude, well, it looks like we got us another person that just tuned out. I don't know if you saw him. Mr. Mark Copeland is in the house.
Oh man, what's up, roommate?
Yeah, Mark
Oh
was at
man,
Berkeley with us, back in the
yeah,
day, and he's teaching there now.
yes, yes.
Phenomenal, phenomenal musician, minister of music, just, he's that dude. So, Mark, good to see you, dude, and, just know we gonna have you on here too.
Oh
Trust and
yes,
believe.
yes,
We gonna do
yeah.
that. So just check your calendar and see what you could do, but, yeah, I'm so glad you could tune in, bro.
Wow,
It's awesome to have you here. So see? Yeah, man.
you never know who's gonna come on,
You
man.
never know who's gonna
Wow,
come on. That's right.
wow.
Yeah, that's awesome. So y'all definitely support this brother. We're gonna be highlighting him for this whole month. Um, it is Jazz Appreciation Month, and you can see why he's a very good choice to highlight during this month. And Mel, we're so glad that you could find time in your schedule to come
Oh
on through.
man,
You know what I'm
thank
saying?
you, thank you.
Yeah, and you said you had something like a podcast or something like that you were gonna be
Yeah,
doing too?
I do. I have a podcast. It's called the Down to Business Podcast.
Mm.
I'm going to be starting it back up in June. I have basically about 14 episodes, and I'm going to be changing the format a little bit and look to be back up and running in June. So look for new episodes in June. And you
Mhm.
can also get that at my website. There's a link on my website for the podcast also.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, dude. That is great. So I'm gonna give him just a little more taste of some of this stuff before we get up out of here. Let me see here. This one, and we're gonna touch on a little bit more next week. But this is a song of Mel's. Uh, and later we're going to get into some of his originals too, because I don't want y'all to think that it's just all covers. He can write music too. This is a legitimate Berklee College of Music graduate with a
Yes,
master's and
yes.
stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's the real deal. So let me see. I'm gonna find it, and then we'll give you a little taste of that, and we can touch on it a little bit more later. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Because you said this one was getting some play too, right?
Oh, yes. Nobody
All right.
greater.
Let's give him a little taste of this.
So I did the Barry work and bass clarinet work on there also.
I heard it. I was like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, that's not a synth. That's a real instrument right
Yeah.
there. That's what's
So,
up. So see your early days of working on the clarinet and all those
oh
reeds are coming in
yes.
handy again.
Yes,
You know?
yes.
And you got the whoops, my bad. Yeah, it didn't want to quite finish. Like, hey, well, we're not finished with that song. We're gonna do some more of that later on this month too.
Wow.
But I also want to let them know that you've got some original stuff too. So definitely, this is a brother that you need to check out, y'all. You'll hear him on some of those radio stations and stuff. You may not hear him on all the ones
Yeah,
but
yeah, no.
you're gonna hear stuff in this show. I'm telling you that you're not hearing other places, but it's great music because I'm very discriminating about who I let on this show. You heard? Everybody that comes on here is bringing something special to the table.
Wow.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let us celebrate Mr. Mel Smith as we appreciate him and we appreciate Jazz History, Jazz Appreciation Month. And we're going to see you again, same bat time, same bat channel next week at 9 o'clock. Right? Remember that we are fusing music, we're connecting people, and we are definitely making a difference. Fusing music, connecting people, making a difference. This is Jazz in the Spirit with Richard DeDrew